Hi all. This video introduces another of the Aural Skills Tools apps, the Melody Player. Unlike the generator apps, the Melody Player uses composed melodies. It's tricky to randomly generate melodies that both fit a specific module's content and sound like real melodies, so we've just included a bunch of our own tunes. You can also load any melody from external sources if the melody is in the music XML format. There are a lot of more advanced features in the Melody Player, but let's focus on getting started with sight reading in the player. We need to start by loading a melody, which you'll generally do via the menus at the top of the player. Pick the appropriate module, then choose between a dictation melody and a sight reading melody. These have the same general melodic features as that is controlled by the module, but sight reading melodies typically include dynamics, traditional tempo indications, and may be longer than the dictation melodies in the same module. Next, I'll choose which melody to load. You'll note that the melodies have pretty nondescript names. This is because we want you to determine things like the key of the melody on your own. Don't worry, if you've already practiced a melody before, the new example indication will switch to already used. If you load a melody and don't end up practicing it, just click the Don't Track button and the player won't tell you that melody has been used the next time you load it. Now that we've loaded the melody, we should unhide it. You may want to disable the hider by clicking the Stay Visible button when practicing multiple sight reading melodies. You can now adjust the zoom and spacing of the melody if needed, or fit it so that the full melody fits on the screen. Before I sing, I need to make sure that I'm in the right key. You can either play only the Do, or get a full cadential progression to do that. I can turn on the metronome and set my preferred tempo. And then I can sing. Do, sol, do, re, me, do, sol, fa, me, do, me, sol. If I want to check myself, I can now click the play button to play the melody. By default, the metronome will count off a bar before playback begins, so I can be ready to sing along if I'd like. Do, sol, do, me, do, sol, fa, me, do, sol. If I want to check my solfege, I can click the Show the Solfege button to add it to the score. That's all that needs to be covered for sight reading basics, but let's look at a few more options. If I want to work on sight reading this melody in a key other than its default, I just use the transposer. I can raise or lower the key by half step, let the player pick a random key, or choose one from the menu. Note that the Melody Player's key menu is unique in the toolkit. It pairs major and relative minor together, meaning what you're really choosing is the key signature. This is again to allow working in a variety of keys without outright telling you whether a given melody is in major or minor. I can also change the clef in the transposer. The range of the melody will automatically shift to an octave that fits the new clef, although a few ledger lines may be inevitable. When practicing sight reading, it's good to make a point of varying the key and clef you're reading in. Conversely, it's possible to put every melody in the same clef and key if there's something specific you're working on. We'll cover some of the other features of the Melody Player in a video about dictation practice. For now, thanks for watching, and happy practicing.